here, Diane, in Southend-on-Sea. There are not all teachers in the left wokey area of life. Many of them, of course, will be affected by this incredible story that seems to have been capturing momentum over the past few days. And it is this one about the concrete, and it is this aerated concrete that seems to be the problem. It was used in the building of schools between the 1950s and the 1990s, but around 700,000 pupils in schools now in this country are affected because the government have ordered a sort of 11th-hour shutdown of school buildings, because apparently there are many school buildings, over 100 of them, days before term, leaving parents scrambling to make last-minute arrangements, because it could be that as many as 30 schools will be shut down altogether. It could be that hundreds of thousands of pupils are affected, and they're all going to be sent home to do remote learning again. Do you remember that ghastly experience when you had to stay home with your children in order for them to actually learn anything? But of course they didn't learn very much because nobody was really doing very much. Some schools were better than others. But how on earth has this particular problem been allowed to persist? A report in June warned that 400 schools could be harbouring this material which is known as RAAC, reinforced autoclaved aerated concrete. The schools were said to need major rebuilding as it emerged that other public buildings like hospitals and courts are also at risk of falling apart. Who's responsible for putting up buildings with materials that only have a lifespan of 30 years? I mean, what is the point? Tell that to the guys that built the Tower of London, which I'm looking at over there, which has been here for centuries. Tell that to the people who built the Houses of Parliament. Tell that to the people who built Marble Arch. You know, there's all sorts of buildings in this city and in this country which have been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. But the bozos who built these schools thought it'd be a great idea to build them with material, basically aerated concrete, which in anything looks like an aero bar when you slice it down the middle. It's got a load of holes in it. It's so weak that they're worried now that children could have roofs collapsing on top of them. So they're going to have to actually evacuate buildings. They're going to have to shut them down, destroy them. There was a case down in Kent some years ago, 2018 I believe it was, where a roof collapsed in a primary school. Luckily for the kids in that primary school, it happened to happen on a Saturday. But how have we got here? How on earth have we got to a point where the schools in this country are literally falling down? It's a pretty good allegory for the government, isn't it? Fix it, for heaven's sake.